Well, I remember my dad and my mother as being extremely supportive people in everything that I did, whether that was schoolwork or baseball, and of course, eventually work. They're Pennsylvania Dutch people with the highest values and fine people who I think instilled in me a lot of the qualities that I would hope I've been able to bring to my company. I guess I got interested in baseball because my dad owned the Allentown Cardinals team in the then Interstate League. At that time I was 10, so my baseball background started there, and I, of course, developed a very strong interest in it. Played in junior high school and college. And then eventually went and played in the Army, and that's how I got to meet Bill White.
I first met Lee Butz and his family in Fort Knox, Kentucky. We were both in the Army. We both played on the baseball team. Lee happened to be a better hitter than I was, and he happened to play third base for us, and he also pitched. He had a pretty good curveball. And that relationship flourished and continued after we both left the Army. I would come in and with the Cardinals, and every once in a while we would spend an off day with the Butzes up in Allentown. And we've had really a long and friendly relationship, and he's a person I respect very much.
I first met Lee in 1939 when we went to the Muhlenberg Elementary School. I stayed with Lee for 16 years of schooling, 12 years in the public schools of the city of Allentown and 4 years at Lehigh University. During that time, we played a lot of ball, and we were very good friends. Lee had an exceptionally accurate arm from his baseball experience, and therefore, whenever there was a snowball fight, it was a good idea to be on Lee's side.
Well, Kurt Baer was a laborer when I was in high school and in college, and I worked during the summers with him.
As he got into the company, the thing that Lee impressed me most with was his competitiveness, and then his will or his knack to make a winner out of something.
My dad's ethic pervades everything that our company does today. We've simply taken the tenets that he established, and we've built on them.
One of the other things I like to say about Mr. Butz is I think he's very ethical, and I think he always wants to do what's best for the owner, even if that's not what's the best thing for Butz. I mean, he's always told us we do things right, and if we have to eat it because it's something that we missed, we do it. And I thought I'd have a problem working in the business world because you hear about such cutthroat business in the construction business, but I'll tell you what, I've never had to do anything that I didn't think was morally right with this company, and I really think that's very remarkable for business today.
Well, I think it's a positive attitude about everything. I've rarely ever heard Lee raise his voice in anger about any subject, and obviously through the years there have been many problems have developed, and he's able to maintain his composure and deal with the problems as they arise.
We've always tried to do first-class work, quality work. Mr. Butz has always, stressed the best, nothing but the best for him. And he's given his employees also nothing but the best.
I really don't think of Lee as an employer. I don't think of this company that way. I have difficulty trying to think of it that way because Lee is not the normal employer relationship, not one that I had remembered, and I guess not one that you would find anywhere today that I know of. He's a friend. Lee is truly my friend.
When I started here, there were, I think, 8 people, including the 2 Mr. Butzes. We now have, I think it's over 55 people here in the office. Our workload has increased, I don't know, maybe like 7 or 8 times. So we are really growing and we're maturing, and I think we're a very special company in the Lehigh Valley, and a lot of that is because of Mr. Butz and his dedication and his efforts to ensure good buildings and satisfied owners.
When we have a meeting, and sometimes we have meetings which consist of most of the people who work in our office, I am struck by the fact that those individuals constitute a team which is, in my view, and to use a baseball analogy, an all-star team. They really are the cream of the crop as far as the construction talent in the Lehigh Valley is concerned. I met Dolly a long time ago. I guess we probably first met swimming at Cedar Beach. Dolly is a great mother and a wonderful wife and tremendously supportive. I like to say that Dolly and my mother are, and my daughter too, are the three most important women in my life. And I have 3 grandchildren so far. They are total delights to me. People have had always told me that having grandchildren was especially wonderful, and it certainly is true. My great-grandfather built many of the covered bridges in our area. Bogart's Bridge is one of them, and my grandfather was a construction man, my dad was a construction man, and of course I and my kids are, so it's really 5 generations.
It's just not nuts and bolts. It's just not bricks and mortar. It's not what's on the drawings or in the plans and specifically what's shown there. It's intent, it's quality, it's attitude. It's just trying to be the best you can be and get the best for the owner. That's really what Lee has taught all of us. That's what he's charged us with for 20 years. I hope we deliver.
The Butz organization was very good for the wood company. We wanted a special building. We were comfortable with the Butz's construction management process. We found Butz to be responsive, dependable, flexible, and have high integrity. Our project was built on time, under budget, and we were fully satisfied with the end product. For us, saying that we have a Butz building adds value. I would hope that our clients are as happy with our services as we are with Lee Butz and his organization.
Hello, Lee, and hello to Lee's friends. I have a few words to share with you all about this guy that we're here to celebrate today, and I don't want him to listen because I wouldn't want him to get too inflated in his sense of himself, because I think he's something special. He's meant something to me personally that goes beyond his relationship with Lehigh University, and it's because of the character of the man. Now, I see him in 2 ways. I see him as a Lehigh alumnus who is responsible for many of the most beautiful and most functional buildings on our campus. And in that role, he's shown the integrity and the character that is characteristic of the whole firm. But I also know Lee Butz is a friend. Lee is a guy that I talk to about my kids and that I feel close to as a human being. And in that context, I find a thoughtfulness and an honesty and a candor and a human quality that makes you love the man. What more can you ask?
I'm delighted to participate in the sales and marketing dinner honoring Lee Butz. I've been in sales and marketing all my life, and I know full well how important the sales have been in bringing good quality products and services together with good quality customers. In a sense, sales and marketing are like glue that binds the quality suppliers and quality customers together. And in the case of all good adhesives, the combination of the two are stronger than the individual parts. What puzzles me, however, is how did your organization ever happen to choose Lee Butz for recognition? Here's a guy on the week that he's trying to gain a major contract for a new office building for one of the Lehigh Valley's important companies, plays tennis with the CEO on the courts, and promptly proceeds to thrash him. Now, if it wasn't for the fact that his price was 20% lower and his delivery was 6 months earlier, and that his technical organization hadn't created a innovative design modification that freed up more space for that client, who knows who would have gotten the order? Seriously, Lee, in the marketing world, when you play customer tennis, the idea is for the customer to win, not to be beaten. Seriously, though, the Butz organization has done a marvelous job for Air Products over many, many projects. They do quality work. They complete the work ahead of time and on budget. And if Lee could only learn to occasionally lose, the Butz organization would be #1 in our book. Good luck, Lee.
Leo DeRocher says that nice guys finish last. He never met Lee Butz because Lee finishes on time and under budget. And there are buildings all around this region that demonstrate that. But you know, Lee is more than a builder of buildings. He's the builder of a family, of a company, of this community, and of values I think that we all regard as being very important. So I'd suggest that Lee is one nice guy that didn't finish last.
The community's been so good to me and to the people who work for us that I feel a very strong responsibility to try to give something back. My experience certainly has been that whatever generosity I can muster has always been more than repaid for with things coming back in terms of people appreciating my concerns for them and returning by treating me in a special way. So it seems to me to be the most natural thing in the world to try to be a part of the community which has done so much for me.